Shido's massive latest news and updates. That's right, ShidoChain and that Binance Live AMA. We'll talk about that. And at the end of the video, we'll do some price predictions and technical analysis on Shido that continues to be a money bag alert. Welcome back, Moneybags Rico, bringing financial awareness to a crypto space that is changing on the hour, every hour. With that being said, out the way, my Shido fam, let's go ahead and start off with some bullish news. Before we get to ShidoChain, some talks about that blockchain, but also the incubator. That was pretty bullish news for me as well, and some of the benefits that go back to the original OG holders. But we have this right here. We got Shido has officially burnt all LP tokens forever. All existing LP tokens from our liquidity pools on ETH and BSC are now burnt. Our LP cannot be accessed by any entity or exploit. We are here to stay as a safe haven for investors. Shido season has started. 6 utilities launching 2022. We know that we have the wallet out right on Android, coming out soon on iOS, and we got ShidoChain coming out in November. A lot of bullish momentum picking up. We're going to see that all reflecting on the chart. We've been doing videos. If you're rocking with me, you've been liking these videos, smash the like button, leave some bullish comments down below, and also come to this Twitter page, like and retweet. Now, why was I saying that this is bullish news? Because this makes it safer for us, right? Let's say the LP was locked for 50 years, right? But there was a hack somewhere. So we could have the LP locked for 50 years, let's say 100 years, where people would have felt safe, that we were safe from a rug pull, right? But that site went and got hacked. We could have had it locked for 10,000 years. It would have not mattered because now it got hacked. But now that these tokens are burnt on ETH and BSC, that protects us from obviously the rug pull that we were already safe from, but now exploits. And we can see that that is something that's needed in this space. And I congratulate, the team and this community on doing and moving forward with something like that. You still have time to accumulate before the big announcement on Binance Live. That has actually passed. I'll have all these official links down below, but you still have time before ShidoChain. You still have time before the Shido exchange. You still have time before so many things that Shido's bringing to the table to, get in where you fit in. Of course, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research. Come back over here. Tap in on this Binance Live, AMA. Very epic. Come over here. Smash the like button. Retweet this if you liked it, of course. And then let's get to the top right now. Before we get to the top, actually, we have this. Bags being stacked like mad on Shido. Today's been crazy. It's only going to get crazier. Next is the wallet, on iOS. Next is the exchange. There's going to be a lot more eyes coming to Shido. And there's that, ShidoChain coming out later on in 2023. That's going to be very, very bullish if you ask me. Now, about this ShidoChain, we'll talk a little bit about it, and also the incubator that I thought was pretty cool. You guys can let me know down in the comments, what was your favorite part of that Binance Live AMA, and what are your favorite utilities that you think might impact the price the most when it comes to Shido's ecosystem, right? But we are building and launching ShidoChain, a layer 1 EVM with Shido as the native currency, a new blockchain designed for high transaction speeds, reliability, and security, built in solidity with POS consensus mechanism and cross-chain compatibility. Cross-chain compatibility, that is epic right there, moving over to the Chronos network. And all that's going to do is bring more exposure. Let us be more versatile. And that's exactly why we're doing solidity as well, because it's going to make it easier for other people to onboard their dApps onto our blockchain. So, a lot of these things right now are perfectly designed to get the right set of eyes. Now, that incubator to me was pretty epic. There was a snapshot that happened today. So those who have been holding, those who have been loading up their bags, who have been buying really not too many dips, because we're back in the uptrend, only making higher lows and just moving the right way that we're supposed to. Congratulations to you guys. You guys got in where you're supposed to fit in, right? Now, to mention some of these products in this ecosystem, the Shido wallet, Shido exchange coming soon, the Shido perpetual, Shido card, like a Visa card. We got Shido market and Shido game. So there's so much coming to Shido. And we can see that the prices were not that far from all-time high with just the wallet out. Not saying that the wallet is nothing, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. That is for sure. This is the BNB side of things. We'll take a quick peek at this one. We'll lay some support and resistance, obviously, but we're going to do most of our technical analysis on the ETH side, because those who have been rocking with me on these videos, smashing the like button. Those who are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you have that bell notification lit up. You guys are not going to want to miss out. But on the ETH side, we got some history that you guys are going to love to see when we get to that. But let's go ahead and mark the all-time high and get this chart. And we'll go ahead and mark this one. If you guys don't mind, I like to remove these little gray ones just because I already add my own. So I don't want the screen to get too cluttered. And these are some things, obviously, I think the price of Shido is going to keep going up, but we're going to have an exchange. We're going to have our own charts. You're going to want to learn some of these things. You know, this is for educational purposes only, so you guys can learn how to navigate using these charts. I think it's important considering that is the type of ecosystem that Shido is building, essentially, right? It's safe to say that. So we'll identify these right now on the BNB. These are the channels that we're within. We're inside of this 87, this 87.68 all the way to that all-time high, racing at 0 and carrying on all the way to 12.48. All right, we're going to keep an eye on this one. We do see, you know, that this is a key area, because when we lose this support, this is where we have these breakdowns to the side, to the downside. So we'll go ahead and mark this up just so people can see these examples as they play out. But you can see when we lose these supports right here, this area right here, we have a breakdown to the top or to the downside. So it's important for us to stay above this 87.68. It's a line that it respects very often. Okay, so let's go ahead and put the arrows just so, you know, when we make more videos, now that the BNB want to be up in the videos, we'll have some history as well with what's going on. Let's go ahead and identify the support. And you can see the rest of it kind of moving across right now. Basically, this is a very important area. This 87, anytime we lost it, this area right here, and try to hold on, we came down to the downside. So let's go ahead and keep putting some pressure, applying the BNB as they like to say, right? Now over here, this is a lot of fun because, you know, we got videos, we got history on this. You and the Shido fam rocking with me, right? So let's go ahead and remove these lines once again. Okay, 1 second. Okay, now we got the chart looking a lot cleaner. But if we look, this is a lot of fun, and it's just not like I said in the last videos because I have a crystal ball or something. This is you guys, the community. This is the team developing. But look at how the squiggly line just played out and rolled right up. And now some of the buys that made some people who sold, I don't want to call them Jeets, paper hands or Jeeters and nothing like that. They just don't understand what's going on. And that's why these videos, if you guys can help me push these out, retweet them on all social media platforms, we can help them learn on what's going on, because you know, crypto in itself is so brand new. So now we're trying to have people learn about, you know, crypto, DeFi, charts. So a lot of it is just from lack of knowledge and lack of experience. But we can see this. Look at how the squiggly line, and we're going to go more into the squiggly line in just a bit. We're going to get a little bit more technical for those who really want to dive deep and really get this, you know, honed in basically. But look at how this played out. Let's go ahead and zoom in. We can even make this chart a little bit bigger. Look at how this played out. Right? We literally rocked up, came back down to that exact area and tapped out. And this happened today. This tap was today after the Binance Live AMA. And what we're going to notice next is something that's bullish to me, because I think we broke into a new channel, right? We were in the lower channel before, right up in here. And some of you guys might be able to see this right now. Let's go ahead and just get this horizontal line. I'm actually going to leave that there because I think we get to have some fun with that, seeing that we've been following this along, right? So right now, this is where we're at. Right here. And we're going to see why this is important and why this is bullish, because we're going to have a continuation, something that I believe so, like this, what we're doing right now, right? This line is coming like this, and we might see another tap and go back up. Depending on the markets, can we go right here and then possibly go back up? We'll have some fun with that type, right? But the reason I say that we're going to make a support here, we're already showing that right there. Why is this important? Well, we got to backtrack right away. That's all we got to do all the time. All you got to do is come and look back a little bit. We see support right there. It's important when we hold it, because when we don't hold it, we fall to the downside. Anything that was a, you know, prior support, eventually becomes a resistance, which we see that we have that confirmation right here. 3 times resisted right there. Price resisted again. We got some bullish news. There's going to be a lot more bullish news. And then we have that breakout. Then what happens? The game keeps flipping from support to resistance, from support to resistance, from support to resistance. It keeps on doing that. What goes up must come down. What goes down must go up. What is just leaving just showed up. And what just showed up is now leaving. So right now we had all this resistance. Now it's time for some support, right? So we're going to have this line of support where we know that, you know, priorly this was resistance. And we can see that here, right? We made a support. It was a resistance. Now look at how that became a support. You know, it keeps happening over and over. And I want you guys to be able to see this and learn this over time. So, you know, just so you can see a quick example of how that happened. Support, this is a resistance. And right away, you know, we get one more resistance right here, technically in this spot right here. And then we break out and then we start making support. So that resistance, these 2 resistance became a support. These 3 resistance are now going to become a support. And I can see us continuously pushing, because what do we have for November? We got the exchange. That's going to be huge. That's going to be a lot more eyes. So, I want you guys to kind of, gauge this as smart as you can. We're not that, this is on the hourly chart. We're doing some, looking at it on a higher time frame, because obviously this is a long-term investment, but I still think it's okay for us to entertain some of these things and see how close we are to all-time highs. And we still have so many utilities come out. Not just to mention the big bomb ShidoChain coming out, and that incubator that's going to be, helping these long-term investors that have been holding Shido for the long term and been buying these dips, barely any dips, but just believing in this project, are going to see some payback. That's for sure. So if you guys can share this video as much as you guys can, put some comments down below, smash the like button. If you guys can't do none of that, at least continue to come back and experience the abundance of money with me. Until next time, you guys know what it is. Later.